So let's expand this first. It's showing that the value of 0 to 99 is present here, 100 to 182 122 is present here, and the length of the length of our result set is 123. It means we have the 123 particular unique record in our table. So if we want to get explore our first record, so 0 to 99 we have all the values like in this manner. And if we expand our first record, because first record is starting from the index 0, so if I expand 0, so it is showing that the ID is, this record is revenue, description is revenue, parent ID unidentified, raw value, like raw value is getting 11344. It's in the customer dimension we have this value 5 we have ID the 5, the and we have the we move on, then the all the properties of this dimension is showing here. So for the date here, for the we have the 2001 as a value of raw, and the customer ID as a value of raw we have 5, and for this we have the major dimension, we have the dimension named revenue, and it has a raw value 11344. So if we want to explore any particular record, we can use it. So let's further find what it has particular value. Here it is. If you want to particularly identify it, particularly find the detail of each dimension, so you can expand more the dimension, more the measure. So I expand this dimension as this measure dimension of revenue, and it's showing the raw value, and also it's have the formatted value. So what is the formatted value, and what is the raw value? Raw value is a value which don't have any separators, and we cannot use this value directly into our chart. In our chart or table, we have to use the formatted value, and for showing this value, SAP Analytics Cloud also this value formatted value. So formatted value have the comma separator and a particular format which according to the international standard. So for creating this is our first scenario. Let's create the second scenario by using our same story on the option save as, and now let's rename it to the scenario number 2. So in this scenario we will get the selection. So we'll use the code completion get data selection. So let's read its description. Return selections of data cell. Optionally, you can specify the offset and the limit, which must be 0 or positive numbers. If no offset and limits are specified or are invalid, then a selection including to all data cell is returned. See also the documentation. So this is issue. It's saying the same thing which we have explored earlier, but it's talking about the particular selection. So it is possible that the selection of our data has also a very large number of records. So it's also restricting. It's also suggesting to restrict our selection. So let's select the get data selection function, and after that, so in the get data selection, we have to provide the parameters which get the selections of our data. So it's a signature. This function signature is showing that the selection, or you can use a selection particular index, selection with particular index, or the selection, both you can use. If you want to iterate the value of selection, you can use the selection and then x indent value, index value, by using the selection and the bracket sign. After that, you can put some offset here, and it should be the it should offset should be the integer, and also the limit should be the integer. And this is a signature. So let's use this curly bracket, and here we have to use the alias dot code completion measure dimension is equal to. So what is our, so let's close it out. And so what is our what was our the measure dimension? So let's move to the our last scenario. Let's move our last scenario. In the measure dimension, we have the description revenue. So So in this function, we have to mention the ID, which we have explored in our previous example, that the ID of this measure is the revenue. So we use the revenue here. So after that, we have to get the value of particular customer ID. Customer ID will be the 5, as we have explored in our example, that the customer ID is the 5 and the date here is the 2001. Code completion, date year will be 2001. Here it is. Now our selection criteria has been fixed, and it's showing that you can't modify properties of alias. So the system was showing error on alias.dimension because I have mistakenly used the is equal to sign, and also the other mistake was not using the double quote for the value. Always remember that you have to use the double quote for your dimension, for your particularly uh, you have to be particular about the values and the syntax, because it is very important in JavaScripting that you mention particular things rightly. And now you also have to fix this out like this. It's showing a small error here. It's showing that the bracket is expected here. So what bracket is expected here? I think so. So let's move like this here. So let's check it out. There's scripting is showing any error, any problem. So line by line, we can see that no red line is showing in every both three lines of this is short script. So let's recap. Let's understand what should be the scenario, what should be the syntax. So if you want to get the dimension revenue on a dimension, sorry, you want to get the measure revenue on the dimension customer ID and the document here. So you have to fix this criteria here, you have to fix this query here, and then you can get the particular data into your variable data one. So let's save our script and then we will go to the view mode and explore what's the output of this scripting. Here it is. Now go to the developer option, Control Shift I. Here it is. Now it's time for this time console is cleared and has no value. Let's click the button which we have our scripting. Here it is. Now you can see that the particular value of our required data set is now uh, successfully getted. And now expand this because we get the single cells value. So it's have raw ID of 0 because the only the one record is get by our query. Let's expand it out. Here it is. Now you can see that the value of the measure dimension is revenue, customer ID, and document year, and so on. So as we have used here that that we have to get the data type. So in this the output, we don't have any formatted value, we don't have any measure value. So let's dig down, expand it. By expanding, it's just showing the objects properties. So now as we can see, our scenario number 2 is being successful, reading the particular set of record by using the scripting. So now we will explore our third scenario, that is iterating this selection and get our required value, which is very important because only getting the selection is not valuable. We can explore its other important values, but for playing with the values, we have to get the value of the measure, but of that particular selection. So let's create the third scenario in which we will get the value of our selection. Let's close it out, and then let's rename our story as a scenario number 3. Save it out. Here it is. Now our story has been saved. So in order to explore, in order to iterate our selection, we use the for loop, and in this loop we initialize the variable x, and then use the x is less than condition less than data 1 dot code completion length. Here it is. So it will be the less than data dot length, because if our data has a 6 record, the loop will be will execute till the fifth index, because as you know the index is started from the 0 value. So 0 to 5 will be the length, will be the iteration of our query. So x, after that I will use the x plus plus. Here it is. Now it's showing some error here. X is, oh sorry, variable x. Let's I made a mistake. Variable x is equal to 0. Initialize it with the 0. Here it is. Now our error has been fixed. Now use the curly bracket. So in this for loop, what we will do? We'll use the data set, data sets of a particular index, data 1 x, and then dot, and then code completion. Sorry. Dot code completion. So what we want to get from our data set? Measure dimension, and then in the dimension we have to. So by iterating, we have the object, we have the particular record in our selection. So for getting the value of a cell, we will use again the variable here named cell is equal to again we will use the table 1 dot get data source, and then and then code completion. So we'll use the function of get data source, that is get data. Let's go to the get data. If you move the cursor on this, returns the data cell of a selection. If no value is available for the selection, the undefined is returned. See also documentation. So I will use the get data. Please note that for getting the selection, we use the get data selections, and for getting the data for using the particular cell, we have to use the get data. And in this on this get data, we have to pass our selection variable, that is data 1. Here it is. Now we have passed our data selection with the index x, and as our data selection is iterated, the value of cell will print into this in the log cell dot formatted value, and then semicolon. So let's complete the bracket and then semicolon. Here it is. Now you can find that now no red line is present in our advanced scripting lines. So let's save our story and then view our third scenario. Let's go to the view. Coming. It's coming. Yes, here it is. Now let's go to the developer option. Control Shift I, and now you can see that the console is very clear. Let's click on the show button. Here it is. Now you can see that the 11,344.86 is showing here. So this is the value of particular cell. We have to we first get our selection by using the criteria customer ID 5 and the year 2001, and after that we pass for getting the value of revenue, that is the value of cell. So we use another sort of selection, that is the get data, and in get data we have to pass the parameter that sort of the that should be the selection. So in this scenario I have passed only the particular only I have passed the x as a index, and our selection has only one record because we have restricted to this particular, and our result set is showing the 11,344. That is our required value, revenue value. So let's play something new, something other. If I eliminate this criteria 2001 date year and then save our story, what will happen? Because in because that the by applying the customer ID and the 2001, restrict our query or restrict our selection to only to the one record. So if I remove the restriction, the data set will have will should get all the records which belong to the customer ID 5. So in this way our selection will have more than one records, and at the output of this we will have the more than one revenue records in our console.log. So let's refresh our story. Coming. Yes, here it is. So you can see that console is not showing. Yes, here it is. Now console is showing here. Let's click our button show. Here it is. Now you can see a lot of values which belong to the particular customer. That is our customer 5. So all the values belongs to the customer is showing in the console.log. So hope you learned something from this lecture, and in the coming lecture I will show how to use this value in the in our global variables, and how to use that global variables values into our scripting, into our chart, into our other scenarios. So let's meet into the next lecture. Thank you.